You know what's killing your dreams? It's not your circumstances. It's not your education. It's not your opportunities. It's the device in your hand right now. Your phone. That little rectangle of glass and metal is systematically destroying your future, and you're too addicted to notice. You pick it up 150 times a day. You spend 4 to 6 hours scrolling, watching, liking, commenting. That's 1,825 hours a year. That's 76 full days of your life. Gone. Wasted. Scrolling through other people's highlight reels while your own life passes by in the background. You know what you could do with 1,825 hours? Learn a new language. Build a business. Get in the best shape of your life. Master a skill that changes your career. Write a book. Transform your entire existence. But instead, you're watching 15-second videos of people dancing. Right now, your phone is in your pocket or in your hand, and it's calling to you. You feel it, don't you? That pull. That urge. That need to check. Maybe someone messaged me. Maybe something important happened. Maybe I'm missing out. You're not in control anymore. Your phone is. And it's destroying everything you touch. Today, that ends. Today, you learn the truth about what your phone is doing to your brain, your future, and your life. Today, you take back control. Let me tell you what's really happening every time you pick up that phone. You wake up. Before you even open your eyes fully, your hand reaches for it. You check messages. Scroll Instagram. Watch TikTok. Check the news. 30 minutes gone before you even get out of bed. Your work. You have a task to complete. You start working. 3 minutes and ding. You check it. 5 minutes later, buzz. You check it. 10 minutes later, nothing happened, but you check it anyway. Your task that should take 30 minutes takes 2 hours because you can't focus for more than 90 seconds without checking your phone. You're at dinner with people you love. But you're not there. Not really. Your body is at the table, but your mind is on your phone. Scrolling. Checking. Missing the moment happening right in front of you. You go to bed. Just a quick check before sleep. 1 hour later, you're still scrolling. Your brain is wired. Your sleep is destroyed. Tomorrow you'll be exhausted. And you wonder why you're tired. Why you can't focus. Why you're not achieving your goals. It's the phone. Your phone is not a tool anymore. It's your master. Think about it like this. Your attention is currency. It's the most valuable thing you own. Every app on your phone is designed by teams of engineers whose entire job is to steal your attention. They study psychology. They exploit dopamine. They create addiction loops. Every notification, every like, every scroll, every swipe. It's all designed to keep you hooked. And it's working. You're not weak. You're not undisciplined. You're up against billion-dollar companies with thousands of engineers whose sole mission is to make you addicted. And they're winning. Right now, your phone is rewiring your brain. Your attention span is shrinking. Studies show the average human attention span is now 8 seconds. Less than a goldfish. Your memory is deteriorating. You can't remember anything because you're not focused long enough to encode memories. Your relationships are suffering. You're physically present but mentally absent. Your productivity is destroyed. You think you're multitasking. You're not. You're rapidly task switching and destroying your ability to do deep work. Your mental health is collapsing. Every scroll through social media is a comparison trap. Everyone else looks successful, happy, perfect. And you feel inadequate. The stakes here are everything. If you don't break free from your phone addiction, you will wake up at 40, 50, 60 years old and realize you scrolled away your entire life. Your potential? Wasted on TikTok. Your opportunities? Missed while you were checking Instagram. Your relationships? Destroyed because you couldn't put the damn phone down. Your health? Ruined by the stress, the sleep deprivation, the sedentary scrolling. This is not an exaggeration. This is your reality. Right now. But today we change it. Lesson 1. Your phone is a slot machine. Every time you pick up your phone, You're pulling the lever on a slot machine. What will I find this time? Who liked my post? What's happening in the world? Did someone message me? You're gambling. And just like a casino, the house always wins. Social media apps are literally designed using the same psychology as slot machines. Variable reward schedules. Infinite scroll. Red notification badges. Every element is engineered to create a dopamine hit that keeps you coming back. And you're falling for it. Single. You think you're in control? You're not. You think you can just check for a second? You can't. The algorithm knows you better than you know yourself. It knows exactly what will keep you scrolling. And you're powerless against it unless you understand what's happening. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel was a software developer. Smart guy. Good job. Big dreams. He wanted to build his own app. Start a company. Be his own boss. Every night, Daniel would tell himself, "Tomorrow, I'll work on my app for 2 hours after work." But every night the same thing happened. He'd get home. Sit on the couch. Let me just check my phone for a second. 2 hours later, Daniel would look up from his phone, confused. Where did the time go? He'd scrolled through Reddit, watched YouTube videos, checked Twitter, browsed Instagram. 2 hours. Gone. Every single night. For 3 years. 3 years of, tomorrow I'll start. 3 years of potential. Wasted. Then Daniel's girlfriend left him. Her final words, "I'm tired of competing with your phone. You're never actually here." That broke Daniel. He looked at his screen time that week, 52 hours. 52 hours on his phone. That's more than a full-time job. He was working full-time for social media companies, for free, while his dreams died, while his relationship crumbled, while his life passed by. Daniel made a decision that day, "I'm done being a slave to this device." He deleted all social media apps, turned off all notifications, put his phone in another room when he worked. The first week was hell. He felt phantom vibrations. He reached for his phone constantly. He felt anxious and disconnected. But he pushed through. Within 3 months, Daniel had built and launched his app. Within a year, it was generating income. Within 2 years, he quit his job and ran his company full-time. Not because he became smarter or more talented, but because he stopped gambling his time away on the phone slot machine. Here's how you escape the slot machine. Step 1. Face the truth. Check your screen time right now. Look at the hours. That's your life. Gone. Step 2. Delete the slot machines. Delete social media apps from your phone. Yes, delete them. You can access them on your computer if needed. Step 3. Turn off all notifications. Accept calls and texts from important people. Everything else is a slot machine lever trying to get pulled. Step 4. Create friction. Put your phone in another room when you work. Make it inconvenient to check. Add time limits to apps you can't delete. Step 5. Replace the habit. When you feel the urge to check your phone, do something else. 10 push-ups. Read a page of a book. Drink water. The slot machine only works if you keep pulling the lever. Stop pulling. Your future depends on it. Lesson 2. You're choosing distraction over destiny. Every minute you spend on your phone is a minute you're not spending building your future. You have goals. I know you do. You want to be successful. Make money. Get in shape. Build something meaningful. But you're not doing any of that. You're choosing distraction over destiny. Every single day you make a choice. Do I scroll or do I grow? Do I consume or do I create? Do I waste time or do I invest it? And every day you choose the phone. You choose the easy dopamine hit over the hard work that builds the life you want. And then you wonder why nothing changes. Stop wondering. You know exactly why. Meet Jessica. Jessica had a dream. She wanted to be a fitness coach. Help people. Transform lives. Build a business she loved. She had the knowledge. She had the passion. She had the plan. What she didn't have was the execution. Every morning, Jessica would set her alarm for 5 a.m. I'll create content, build my audience, get clients. But when 5 a.m. came, Jessica would grab her phone to turn off the alarm. And then she'd just check a few things. Instagram. TikTok. By 6:30, Jessica would be late for work. Rushing. Stress. No content created. I'll do it tomorrow. This went on for 2 years. 2 years of choosing distraction over destiny. Meanwhile, Jessica watched other coaches blow up online. People less knowledgeable than her. Less passionate than her. But they were taking action while she was scrolling. One day, Jessica saw a post from a coach she'd started watching 2 years ago. The coach now had 500,000 followers, a successful business, was changing lives. Jessica calculated, if she'd created content instead of scrolling for those 2 years, she could have posted 730 times. 730 opportunities to reach people, to help people, to build her dream. Instead, she had 0 posts and thousands of hours of scrolling. Jessica cried that night. Not because she was jealous, because she was mourning the time she'd never get back. The next morning, Jessica's alarm went off at 5 a.m. She grabbed her phone to turn it off, then immediately put it in a drawer. She sat down. She created content. She posted it. It wasn't perfect. It didn't go viral. But it existed. And she did it again the next day. And the next. Within 6 months, Jessica had her first 10 clients. Within a year, she quit her job. Within 2 years, she had the business she dreamed about. Not because she suddenly got talented, but because she chose destiny over distraction. Time to make the right choice. Step 1. Identify your destiny. What are you actually trying to build? Write it down clearly. Step 2. Calculate the cost. How many hours per week do you need to invest to build that destiny? Be honest. Step 3. Audit your time. Look at your screen time. Are you spending more time on your phone than on your destiny? Step 4. Create a daily non-negotiable. Block time every day for working on your destiny. During that time, phone goes in another room. No exceptions. Step 5. Track your destiny hours. Every day, log how many hours you spent building your future versus scrolling. Make the choice visible. You don't get both. You can't scroll for 5 hours and build your dream. You have to choose. Choose wisely. Lesson 3. Your brain is being hijacked. Your brain is not designed for the modern smartphone. Your brain evolved to focus on one thing at a time. To go deep. To solve complex problems. But your phone is training your brain to be shallow. Distracted. Fragmented. Every time you switch from task to phone to task, you're not multitasking. You're destroying your brain's ability to focus. Studies show it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus after a distraction. If you're checking your phone every 10 minutes, you're never fully focused. You're living in a constant state of partial attention. And that's exactly what the tech companies want. A distracted brain is a controllable brain. A distracted person never builds anything significant. They're too busy being distracted. Right now, your brain is being hijacked. And you're letting it happen. Marcus was a writer. Or at least he used to be. He'd written 2 novels in his 20s. Published. Successful. Critically acclaimed. But at 35, Marcus couldn't write anymore. He'd sit at his computer. Open a blank document. Write 3 sentences. Check his phone. Write 2 more sentences. Check his phone. Read what he wrote. Check his phone. After 3 hours, Marcus would have 1 paragraph. Maybe. He thought he had writer's block. He didn't. He had phone addiction. His brain had been rewired. He couldn't sustain focus for more than 3 minutes without needing a dopamine hit from his phone. The deep, creative flow state that writing required? Gone. Hijacked by his smartphone. Marcus's agent dropped him. His publisher moved on. His readers forgot about him. And Marcus spiraled into depression. One day, Marcus's mentor, an older writer, visited him. Marcus complained, "I can't write anymore. My brain doesn't work." His mentor asked, "When's the last time you wrote for an hour without checking your phone?" Marcus couldn't remember. His mentor said, "Your brain isn't broken. It's hijacked, and only you can take it back." Marcus tried something radical. He bought a basic laptop with no internet connection. He put his phone in a lockbox with a timer. He went to a cabin in the woods for 2 weeks. The first 3 days were torture. Marcus felt anxious, disconnected, panicked. But he kept writing. By day 5, something shifted. His focus returned. By day 10, he was in flow states lasting 3 to 4 hours. By day 14, he'd written 50 pages. Real good writing. Marcus came back with a realization. His brain wasn't broken. It just needed to be unhijacked. 6 months later, Marcus finished his 3rd novel. It became his best-selling book. Not because he became a better writer, but because he freed his brain from the hijacking. Reclaim your brain. Step 1. Recognize the hijacking. Every time you mindlessly pick up your phone, stop. Say out loud, "I'm being hijacked right now." Step 2. Create phone-free deep work blocks. 90 minutes minimum. Phone in another room. No exceptions. Do your most important work here. Step 3. Practice monotasking. One task. Full focus. No phone. No switching. Train your brain to go deep again. Step 4. Use grayscale mode. Make your phone boring. Settings, accessibility, display, color filters, grayscale. Removes the dopamine triggers of colorful apps. Step 5. Digital detox regularly. 1 day per week, no phone except for emergencies. Let your brain remember what focus feels like. Your brain is your most valuable asset. Stop letting tech companies hijack it. Take it back. Lesson 4. You're living someone else's life. Every minute you spend scrolling through other people's lives is a minute you're not living your own. You're watching other people travel while you sit on your couch. You're watching other people achieve while you stay stagnant. You're watching other people live while you observe. And it's making you miserable. You know why? Because humans aren't designed to be observers. We're designed to be participants. But your phone has turned you into a spectator of life. You're watching the game instead of playing it. And deep down you know it. That empty feeling after an hour of scrolling? That's your soul telling you, this isn't living. But you ignore it and keep scrolling. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was 28 years old and deeply unhappy. She'd scroll through Instagram every night and see friends traveling to Bali, colleagues getting promoted, acquaintances starting businesses, former classmates getting married. Everyone else was living, and Sarah was watching. She'd close Instagram feeling worse every time. Inadequate, left behind, like she was failing at life. But instead of taking action, Sarah would scroll more. Maybe if I learn what they're doing, I can do it too. So she'd watch more travel videos, more success stories, more perfect lives. But she never traveled, never took risks, never pursued her dreams. She just watched other people do it. 3 years passed. Sarah was now 31, more miserable than ever. Her therapist asked her, "What do you actually want from your life?" Sarah listed everything: travel, start a business, be healthy, have adventures. So why aren't you doing those things? Sarah didn't have an answer. Then it hit her. I'm too busy watching other people do them. That night, Sarah looked at her phone usage, 6 hours per day. Mostly social media. 6 hours of watching other people live. Sarah made a decision. I'm done being an observer. I'm going to be a participant. She deleted Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. She took the 6 hours she'd been spending scrolling and redirected it. 1 hour for fitness. 2 hours building a side business. 1 hour learning new skills. 2 hours for relationships and experiences. 12 months later, Sarah's life was unrecognizable. She traveled to 3 countries. She'd launched a successful online business. She was in the best shape of her life. She was living. Not because she learned the secrets from Instagram, but because she stopped watching and started doing. Stop observing. Start living. Step 1. Audit your consumption. How much time do you spend consuming other people's lives versus living your own? Step 2. Create a living list. Write down 10 things you want to experience, achieve, or do. These are your goals, not borrowed from social media. Step 3. Implement a consumption cap. Maximum 30 minutes per day of social media. Set a timer. When it goes off, you're done. Step 4. Create more than you consume. For every hour you consume content, spend 2 hours creating your life. Step 5. Experience over observation. Choose real-life experiences over watching other people have them. Go to the place. Do the thing. Live it. Your life is happening right now. While you scroll, it's passing by. Stop observing. Start living. Before it's too late. Lesson 5. Your phone is stealing your relationships. The people you love are right in front of you. And you're staring at your phone. Your kids are trying to show you something. Dad, look. Hold on, honey, I'm just checking something. Your partner is talking to you. Are you even listening? Yeah, I heard you. You didn't. You were reading comments on a post about someone you don't even know. Your friends are at dinner with you, but you're all on your phones. Together but alone. You think you're connected because you have 1,000 followers. You're not. You're more disconnected than ever. Real connection requires presence. And your phone is stealing your presence. Every single day. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael had a beautiful family, wife. 2 kids, 7 and 9 years old. But Michael was never really there. At breakfast, he scrolled through emails. At dinner, he checked sports scores. When his kids played, he watched through his phone camera instead of his eyes. When his wife talked about her day, he gave her half his attention while scrolling Twitter. Michael thought he was present. After all, he was physically there. He wasn't. One night, Michael's 9-year-old daughter asked, "Dad, why do you love your phone more than us?" Michael laughed it off. "Don't be silly, I don't love my phone." His daughter said, "You look at it more than you look at us." That sentence crushed Michael. He wanted to argue, to defend himself. But he couldn't, because she was right. Michael started paying attention to his behavior. At his son's soccer game, he watched through his phone, recording for social media, instead of just watching with his eyes. At bedtime, he'd rush through reading to his kids so he could go check his phone. On date night with his wife, he'd check his phone 5 times during dinner. His daughter was right. He was choosing his phone over his family. Michael made a decision that night: no more phones during family time. He created phone-free zones, dinner table, kids' bedrooms, date nights, Sunday mornings. When he was with his family, the phone stayed away. The first week, Michael felt anxious, disconnected from the digital world, but incredibly connected to his real world. He noticed things he'd been missing. The way his daughter's eyes lit up when she talked about school. The sound of his son's laugh. The feeling of his wife's hand in his. 6 months later, Michael's daughter said, "Dad, I'm really happy now. You're actually here." Those words meant more than any like, comment, or notification ever could. Reclaim your relationships. Step 1. Create phone-free zones. Dinner table. Bedrooms. Date nights. Car rides. When you're in these places, phone doesn't exist. Step 2. Practice the 10-minute rule. When you're with someone, give them 10 minutes of completely undivided attention before checking your phone. Step 3. Put your phone face down. When with others, flip your phone over. Out of sight. The presence of a phone on the table reduces conversation quality by 30%. Step 4. Ask for feedback. Do you feel like I'm present when we're together? Am I on my phone too much? Listen to their honest answer. Step 5. Choose real over digital. Every day, prioritize 1 real, Face-to-face interaction over digital interaction. The people you love will not be here forever. Don't look up from your phone one day and realize they're gone. And you missed it. Choose presence. Lesson 6. Reclaim your mornings and nights. Your day is won or lost in the first hour and the last hour. And you're giving both hours to your phone. You wake up with phone. You go to bed with phone. The first input your brain receives each day? Social media. Other people's problems. The last input before sleep? Blue light. Stimulation. Anxiety. You're poisoning your mornings and destroying your sleep. And then you wonder why you feel tired, anxious, and unproductive. Your morning sets your entire day. Your night determines your tomorrow. And you're sabotaging both with your phone. Meet Lisa. Lisa was exhausted. Every single day. She'd wake up tired. Drag through the day. Go to bed tired. But she couldn't figure out why. She slept 8 hours. She ate relatively well. She wasn't that stressed. But she was always exhausted. Lisa's doctor ran tests. Everything normal. Then her doctor asked, "What's your phone routine?" Lisa explained, "I wake up, turn off my alarm, and check my phone for 30 to 45 minutes in bed. Email, social media, news. Before bed, I scroll for an hour or two to help me relax." Her doctor said, "That's your problem." Lisa didn't understand at first. Her doctor explained, "When you check your phone first thing, you're flooding your brain with cortisol, the stress hormone. You're starting every day in fight or flight mode. When you scroll before bed, the blue light suppresses melatonin. Your brain thinks it's daytime. Your sleep quality is destroyed. You're not tired because something's wrong with you. You're tired because your phone is destroying your sleep and stress hormones." Lisa decided to change. She bought a real alarm clock. Put her phone in another room at night. New rule: no phone for the first hour after waking. No phone for the last hour before bed. The first week was hard. Lisa felt bored, restless. She didn't know what to do. But she kept going. Week 2, Lisa noticed she was waking up more energized. Week 4, Lisa realized she was falling asleep easier and sleeping deeper. Week 8, Lisa had more energy than she'd had in years. Same sleep duration. Same diet. Same life. Different phone habits. Everything changed. Take back your mornings and nights. Morning protocol. Step 1. Buy a real alarm clock. Your phone is not your alarm anymore. Step 2. Keep your phone in another room overnight. Make it impossible to check when you wake up. Step 3. Create a morning routine before phone. Exercise, shower, breakfast, plan your day. Then check phone. Step 4. Set a specific time. I don't check my phone until 8 a.m. No exceptions. Night protocol. Step 1. Set a phone curfew. 1 hour before bed, phone goes away. Step 2. Create a wind-down routine. Journal. Meditate. Anything but phone. Step 3. Charge phone outside bedroom. It doesn't belong in your sleep space. Step 4. If you need to check something urgent at night, use a timer. 5 minutes max, then done. Your mornings and nights are sacred. Stop giving them to your phone. Your energy, productivity, and mental health depend on it. Lesson 7. Build a life so good you don't want to escape it. You know why you're on your phone so much? Because your real life isn't engaging enough. You're bored. You're unfulfilled. You're avoiding something. So you escape into your phone. It's easier to scroll than to face your problems. It's easier to watch other people live than to build your own life. It's easier to get digital dopamine than to do the hard work of creating real happiness. Your phone addiction is a symptom. The real problem is your life. And until you fix your life, you'll keep escaping into your phone. Meet James. James was on his phone 8 to 10 hours a day. Everyone told him, "Put down your phone. Go outside. Be present." But James couldn't, because when he put down his phone, he had to face his reality. A job he hated. A body he was ashamed of. relationships that felt empty, dreams he'd abandoned, goals he'd given up on. His phone wasn't the problem. His phone was the escape from the problem. As long as he was scrolling, he didn't have to think about any of it. One day, James hit rock bottom. His girlfriend left. His boss threatened to fire him. His health was failing. James realized, I've been escaping my life instead of building it. He made a commitment. I'm going to build a life so good I don't want to escape it. James didn't just put down his phone. He started fixing his life. He switched careers to something he cared about. He started working out every day. He built real, meaningful relationships. He pursued goals that excited him. And something interesting happened. His phone usage dropped naturally. Not because he forced himself off it, but because his real life became more interesting than his digital life. He'd rather work on his projects than scroll. He'd rather spend time with real friends than check social media. He'd rather be present in his exciting life than escape it. Within 2 years, James's screen time went from 8 to 10 hours to less than 2. Not through willpower. Through building a life worth living. Build the life you don't want to escape. Step 1. Identify what you're escaping. What are you avoiding when you pick up your phone? Boredom? Anxiety? Difficult work? Uncomfortable emotions? Step 2. Address the root causes. If you hate your job, start building an exit plan. If you're lonely, start building real connections. If you're unhealthy, start moving your body. Step 3. Create engaging alternatives. Fill your life with activities that capture your attention. Hobbies, projects, exercise, real social interaction. Step 4. Set meaningful goals. Work towards something that excites you more than social media does. Step 5. Make your real life more interesting than your digital life. Actively build a life you want to be present for. Your phone isn't the enemy. Your boring, unfulfilling life is. Fix the life. The phone habit will fix itself. Right now, in this moment, you're standing at a fork in the road. One path leads to more of the same. More scrolling. More wasted time. More missed opportunities. More years passing while you stare at a screen. More relationships damaged. More potential unrealized. More of your life traded for dopamine hits. The other path leads somewhere different. To presence. To focus. To real connection. To building something meaningful instead of consuming meaningless content. To living your life instead of watching others live theirs. Your future self is watching you right now. 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And that version of you is begging you to choose the right path. Because that future version knows something you don't know yet. The time you waste on your phone, you never get back. Those hours, those days, those years, gone forever. You can't scroll through your 20s and then get them back in your 30s. You can't ignore your kids while they're young and then replay those moments later. You can't waste this decade and then somehow recover it in the next. The clock is ticking. Not to scare you, to wake you up. Every moment you spend on your phone is a moment of your life you're trading away. What are you getting in return? Nothing lasting. Nothing meaningful. Nothing real. Just temporary hits of dopamine while your real life waits. But it won't wait forever. Your opportunities have an expiration date. Your relationships have a limit to their patience. Your time is running out. The choice is yours. But choose today. Right now. This moment. If this message hit you, if you felt something shift inside, here's what you do right now. First, subscribe to this channel. We're building an army of people who refuse to waste their lives on screens. Join us. Second, comment below with one word, present. That's your commitment. Your declaration that you're choosing presence over distraction. Third, do one thing immediately. Before you scroll to the next video. Pick one lesson from today and implement it now. Delete one app. Turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Do something. Here's what I know about you. You picked up your phone thousands of times today. But you're watching this video. That means part of you knows something's wrong. Part of you wants to change. Part of you is ready to take back control. Listen to that part. Your phone is not evil, but the way you're using it is destroying your future. The most successful people in the world use their phones as tools. The unsuccessful use their phones as toys. The difference between those two groups? One group controls their phone. The other group is controlled by it. Which group do you want to be in? You know what's crazy? You'll watch this entire video. You'll feel motivated. You'll nod along. And then you'll scroll to the next video. Or you'll check Instagram. Or you'll respond to a notification. And in 24 hours, nothing will have changed. Unless you make a different choice right now. Unless you take one action immediately. Unless you decide that today is the day you stop letting a device control your destiny. Your phone is destroying your future. But only if you let it. The power is in your hands. Literally. What are you going to do with it? I'll see you in the next video. Phone away. Eyes up. Life fun. Let's go.